Hey guys, Mr. Riz here to help you out with part 5 of the 121 project. So with part 5, what we're going to do is to get the list view to set up so that way when we store our information, we can actually recall it and look back at it to it. So the list view component is designed to show the entries from a database by using the tag to retrieve the information. So that's where we set up the tag. It's kind of weird how we set it up, but we have to use it this way. So you're going to use the retrieve DB list button to run through a loop that will pull through all the items from the database and display them in the list. So we're going to go ahead and in our code here now, we're going to click the retrieve DB list dot click. Okay. And I'm just going to drag it into a spot where I have plenty of room to work with. All right. Inside this event handler, we need to set up a local variable that initializes a local variable. So let's go ahead and get variables here. We're going to initialize local variable, and we're going to name that one called store list. Store list. All right, the store list is a variable to store what the list gets, initializes to an empty list. So as we start out as a blank list here, and yep, I guess that's the next thing we need to do is make it a blank list. All right. Inside of the local variable list, we need to have a for each item. So in our control here, we should have a for every item in list that we're going to get. And the list that we are going to get is the TinyDB tags. So our TinyDB will get the tags. So all of our tags that we have, everything we added to the list there. Okay, so with this list, we're going to, for every item, we're going to make this store list that's going to be blank. And then for every item that's in the TinyDB tags, we are going to add items to that blank list that we had. And there should be a add items to. Oh, there we go. There it is. Add items to list. And the list that we are going to add it to is going to be our store list, and we're going to join. We're going to make a bunch of things. We're going to do add a blank, so there's some spacing in between, and then our TinyDB, we're going to call the item or whatever that element is, and if it is in there, we'll say error. So what's going to happen is we got this blank list, and if you remember, all of the tags are all of our answers that we typed in. We're going to go through that, and we're going to add that to our blank list here. We're going to show that. And the last thing we need to do is our view questions element. So our view questions, that is our list view here. Ours is called list view. We didn't change it, but our list view, it has elements. And we're going to set all of its elements equal to, once this gets done, equal to the store list. And so this is what happens. So we're going to take our time, mess around with this, and mess with our partner here to see if this works out all right. So we're going to test and debug a lot of times here. What we want to do is to make sure that when we tap on the button here to get the interview date, it works. Nothing really happens, but it works. All right, you should see the question that appears. We'll tap on the button to retrieve the interview questions. We'll see if the interview response. So we're going to go through like a bunch of fake interviews and hopefully be able to see those responses. All right, so let's go ahead, and I believe I'm connected to this. Let me switch my webcam over, stop sharing, and let's see if we can get this. So I'm going to pick a date here. I'm going to make up a different date here. I'm going to put an interview's name. I'll put Justin here. And then I'm just going to start typing in some answers. It really doesn't, I'll click next question. It doesn't matter what I type in, just different things each time. I'm going to go through this. I'm going to do like 3 different interviews with 3 different dates. All right, so that's done. I'm going to change the date. I'll change it to the other day. I'll put in another name. And I'm going to do the same thing. Type in some questions, type in some answers here. Just rapid firing through these. We're not utilizing the app right now. We're just checking to see if the app works. Okay, one more name here. I'll pick today's date. I'll pick name. And same thing. Okay. So now that we went through, we're done with the, if we click retrieve DB list, oh, we get an error. Store list is not bound on the current context. And you'll note, okay, so we got an error here that we need to fix. So let's go ahead and look at that and see if we can deduct what that means. Open, I just realized that this was supposed to be inside the local loop, just had it in the wrong spot, so right underneath there. So let me see if I can click. Hopefully I don't have to go through all that again. I click retrieve DB list. Okay, so you can see here, oh man, I got a whole bunch of old stuff from way long ago that it saved. Wow, that's kind of funny. I got answers that haven't cleared out from the last time we made this app from last year. But we can see Amanda's answers and some other ones, and I Justin answered, and actually goes through it backwards. Okay. So once you are able to go through it, now you might actually see some old stuff from before. So just fair warning from whoever used your tablet before. But yeah, there we go. You should be able to get a list and recall the answers that each person typed in. Wow, I wonder see if you guys will see anything funny. All right, once that works, you guys can go ahead and submit that in, and I will see you guys next time for part 6. Oh no, my battery's about to die. Have a good one.